Hi, welcome to COM1300, Communication and Popular Culture. My name is Marlene Adzima, and I will be your instructor for this course. I'd like to take a few minutes to show you around so you can set yourself up for success. Our course content will run Monday through Sunday each week, with the exception of this first week that runs Tuesday through Sunday. Each week at the beginning of the week, you want to start by reading the weekly announcement under the Course Home tab. In that weekly announcement, I'll put any information that's pertinent to that week's work. Here you'll see some general overview information in week 1. You'll find learning objectives each week, and then a to-do list. You'll also find that to-do list in that week's module, which I'll show you in a couple of minutes. So make sure you read the announcement each week thoroughly. I'll also post an update in the announcement midweek, usually Thursday or Friday, with any reminders, updates, or midweek food for thought. Next, we go over to the Content tab. Here's where you'll find all of the content for the course. So you want to start here in the Welcome Start Here module, and here you'll find some general information about what you need for the course to succeed. If you are not familiar with D2L, I encourage you to watch this video, information about me, my office hours, etc. AI policy you'll find here. You want to click on this and make sure you read it thoroughly. Basically, you should not be using AI for any of your assignments in this class. Discussion guidelines and rubric, you also want to make sure that you read those thoroughly. The discussion forum is worth about a third of your grade in this class, so you really want to make sure you understand those expectations. And I'll talk about that more in a moment. Here we'll look at the week 1 module. This first week, and you'll see under each weekly module a to-do list. So if you look at that to-do list, you'll see what's happening that week, what's due that week, and then you can go back on here, click on the blue hyperlink. That'll bring you back to that week's module. Everything you need for that week will be found in the module. So this first week, you need to read this article, complete an introduction discussion, and then complete this first discussion. So here, because you're only posting one discussion response this first week, your initial response is not due until Sunday. Going forward after week 1, your initial response is due by Wednesday and 2 classmate responses by Sunday. And I'll talk about that more in a moment. So if we look here along the left, we can see the modules for each week's class, or each week's content, excuse me. You can go through here and see everything that's coming up. And if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll also see links to modules with the written assignments. So the What's the Story narrative analysis, the pop culture documentary analysis, and the rhetorical analysis assignment, which is a 3-part assignment. And so we will talk about those as they get closer, and there's detailed assignment information in each of these. But just note that you can find the assignment descriptions here. So if for some reason you're turning in an assignment late, and I'll talk about the late work policy in a moment, and you can't find the assignment description in the assignment folder, you can find it in here under the Content tab. In addition, information about research and a couple of extra credit options. So if we look at another week, just to kind of take a look, we see here the dramatistic perspective one week. You'll see the same thing. To-do list, generally a mini lecture each week. You can click on that. I encourage you to watch that. Slides, and then any other links. If there's a video you need to watch, etc. So you'll see here specific directions for your initial response due by Sunday and Wednesday, and peer response due by Sunday. So that's an overview of the weekly modules. And that is all found under the Content tab. One thing I do want to make a note of that is information on the course homepage. You're not required to buy a textbook for this course. Just link over here to show you. But I do include information about the textbook that my lectures are based off of. So if you're the kind of person who likes to have a textbook, then you're welcome to purchase this textbook. However, it is not a requirement, and you can get all of the course information you need from the lectures and the slideshows. So I just wanted to point that out. Next is the Assignments tab. Under the Assignments tab are where the written assignments will be handed in. So you can see here the different assignment descriptions, what you need for those, And so, for example, if you're looking to hand in an assignment, you'll click on it, and then you'll go through and you'll see the rubric and all the information that you need. And then if you scroll down to the bottom, you can click Add a File. And here you'll click Add a File. You'll add a file from your computer, and then you'll hit Submit. And these assignments are all linked in the module that they're due, but you can see them all here as well. There's also a folder for late work. Please be aware of the late work policy. So there's a 2-day grace period on all written assignments and quizzes. That means you have an additional 48 hours after the due date to submit an assignment without any penalty. After that, your assignments go down 1 letter grade per week for each week the assignment is late. Late assignments will not be accepted later than 3 weeks after the initial due date. Make sure you check the original due date before submitting a late assignment to make sure it falls within that 3-week window. All late work must be submitted into this folder. Do not email late work to me. If you do, I'll say please submit it into this folder. So that's a little bit about the assignments tab, and there's also a tab for any extra credit, which you can find that information under the content tab in the extra credit module. Next is the discussions tab. Here you'll see an overview of the discussion requirements. Each response should be well thought out, thoughtful, reflect critical thinking, and connect back to the core concepts from the course. Each response should be at least 150 words. You can see the weekly discussions here, and so if you scroll down, you're curious what some of those look like, you can take a look. And those will also be linked in the weekly module. Here's a link to the quizzes for the course. You can see here there's 5 quizzes and then a course evaluation quiz just to give feedback on the course, and you can link to the quizzes the week that they're due. Those are based on the mini lectures and the slideshows and any supplemental reading I assign. Here's where you can find your grades. All grades for written assignments will be submitted within 2 weeks. Discussions I usually have graded by the middle of the following week. So you'll be able to see your grades here, and if there's any comments and assessment, you can click over there. Here's a class list. This is a list of everybody in the class. If you need to contact me, the easiest way within D2L is to click here and click on email. That will connect you to the D2L messaging system. You can send me a message here. Note, D2L and the messaging, if I email you through D2L, looks like Madzima. My name's actually Marlene Adzima. That's just how D2L formats the names. And so you'll see a list of everybody here. If I need to email everybody as a class, I'll do this through the D2L email messaging system, and you'll get that message up here. So you'll see that up there, and you can connect to that any email that I've sent there, and you'll get a little notification button. That's an overview of the class. Please feel free to reach out to me with any questions you have at all. I'm looking forward to a fantastic class. Thanks.